Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you like and subscribe with post notifications turned on so you never miss a video of ours, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram to keep up to date with everything that's happening in and around the world. Today we look back at yesterday's Group D action, the final set of fixtures in match day 1 of this summer's European Championships. We had two very contrasting games in terms of quality of content and of goals. So we'll start off with Belgium versus Iceland that took place up in Manchester. Now, from the start of this game, it looked very likely that this was going to be a 0-0 game. Throughout the whole first half, both teams were struggling to find the ways to break down each other's final third and get that decisive crossing or shot away that would trouble either keeper, and that just seemed to be the way for a lot of the first half. Then as the game went on, Iceland slowly grew into it, and they then were awarded a penalty just after the half-hour mark, after Davinia Fultons was adjudged to have handballed the ball. Now, the referee on initial didn't see it as a handball, but after consulting VAR, it was the correct decision and went to the VAR, and the penalty was given. And then Berling Thor Valsdottir stepped up and took the penalty. However, it was saved by Belgium keeper Nikki Everand to keep it at 0-0, and it was just a poor penalty, easy for Nikki Everard to save it and to keep it at 0-0 as we went into half time. Then the second half got underway, and within 5 minutes of the restart, Berling Thor Valsdottir managed to score, this time past Nikki Everard after missing the early penalty with a lovely header. It gave Iceland that bit of confidence for a couple of minutes. However, it just seemed to die away straight away, and that's when Belgium were awarded a penalty, which Reading's Justine van Avermaet stepped up and converted nicely past Iceland's goalkeeper. And as the game went on, both teams had about 5-10 minute periods where they looked more likely to score a winner. However, neither side did get that winner and ended up finishing in a 1-1 draw, which I think is a fair result for both sides. And then we look at France versus Italy, a game that on paper could have been really close to call, and no one was going to know how to expect this one to go between the two sides. However, France came out all guns blazing, and Les Bleus did not disappoint. 2-0 up inside 12 minutes, Geyoro and Marie Antoinette Katoto with the goals early on, and from them first two goals inside the 12 minutes, it looked like France were going to dominate for the rest of the night, and that was certainly the case for the rest of the first half, as Geyoro went on to score a first half hat-trick, becoming the first player to do so at a Women's European Championships ever, and France went in 5-0 up at half-time, with Delphine Cascarino scoring the other goal for France, and a very convincing first half for them, but also an equally bad first half for Italy, who didn't offer anything in terms of going forward or really testing Pauline Perriot-Mignon in goal for France, and it was rather an easy night for the French defenders in the first half. However, at half time, Italy made a couple of changes with Flaminia Simonetti and Martina Rossucci coming on, and they definitely made that impact as they grew more into the game, and it was definitely a tale of two halves. France obviously dominating that first half with them 5 goals, but Italy grew in a lot more confidence as the second half went on, and he had a few chances to score, and then obviously they did do through Martina Piemonte, who came on just 2 minutes before scoring, coming on for Ariana Caruso to give Italy a consolation goal, but they will still be obviously very disappointed with conceding the 5 in the first half. A final bit of talking point though from this game, as phenomenal as Geyoro and that front line of France were, and how formidable they look and can potentially look for the rest of this tournament, it's once again a game that was marred by a VAR decision got wrong. Initially, referee Rebecca Welch awarded a free kick for a foul by Sara Gama on one of the French players, and was initially given a red card. Now on replays we saw it, and many people were tweeting about it at the time, that it was a correct decision. She gets none of the ball and has gone over, injured the player, and the red card was the right call. However, the decision for some reason went over to VAR. I don't know why they decided to tell Rebecca Welch to have a look at this decision, and then it ultimately got overturned from a red card to a yellow card, which is completely baffling to me still, nearly 12 hours on from the game finishing. So it's very disappointing to see that bit of VAR controversy come into the game, and hopefully we don't have much more of this in the tournament. But on a whole, to have a final look at Group D's match day fixtures, you got to say fantastic for the French. They absolutely dominated it and looked like they can be a real threat. And then Iceland and Belgium will need to look for their second gears as they go further along in the tournament. And then if we were to have a look at today's fixtures, it is the start of Group A with match day 2. We start off with Austria versus Northern Ireland, kicking off at 5 PM UK time, and then at 8 PM it's England versus Norway. So they're the games to make sure that you check out and continue watching. And make sure, like I said at the start, you like, comment and subscribe with post notifications turned on so you never miss a video of ours, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news and stories. And until then, we'll see you soon.